Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to finally be doing a video talking all about my sleeve. Ta-da! It is finally all healed up, and pretty much for the most part my sleeve is completely finished, and we are going to fully break it down. We're going to talk about how long I've been working on it, the idea behind it, how me wanting a sleeve all started, the cost, where I went, who my artist was, all that stuff. We're really going to kind of be breaking it down and obviously showing you like really up close views of it as well. But before we do that, as you can see on my sleeve, I have quite a bit of roses. And I am someone, it's such a like cliche like woman thing to be obsessed with roses. And I knew that when I got my sleeve that I wanted roses incorporated quite a bit on the lower portion of my arm. So I thought it was the perfect time to mention this amazing company called Rose Forever New York. Oh my God, look at this freaking beautiful ass bouquet of real preserved red roses. So this company reached out to me and they wanted to send me a personalized bouquet of flowers, roses of my choice, and I decided to go with the classic red because you can never go wrong with the classic red rose in my opinion. This company obviously is based in New York and they create these very elegant looking bouquet of flowers. They have many different sizes, they have many different colors, and there is a huge difference between this bouquet of flowers than a bouquet of flowers that you would get at any store like Walmart, Meijer, the gas station. These are far more superior, and I'm going to tell you why. So this company grows and plants their own roses, and once they reach their peak of growth, that is when they are picked and preserved with natural oils to preserve the life and the color. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are some of the most vibrant, I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but these are some of the most vibrant, most beautiful red roses that I have ever received in my life. They are absolutely gorgeous. But like I said, these are preserved roses, so technically they are already dead. Like my soul. Since these are preserved roses, they are preserved with a natural solution of oils that make them last 10 times longer than any other rose that you will ever get, which, you know, in my opinion, that's amazing because you get a bouquet of roses and, you know, it lasts a couple of weeks and then unfortunately they die and you have to throw them out, which always breaks my little heart. But these guys, I have had these for almost 3 weeks now, and they are still, like, they look brand new. The company takes their roses very, very seriously. They take so many delicate steps to make them beautiful, to make them last long. And they also smell really, really good. I would say that they smell like roses, but the smell of them is a little bit more vibrant, kind of like the color, like the smell is just there. Oh, and they smell so good. These would make such a perfect gift, whether for like a wedding, a baby shower, Valentine's Day, birthday, Christmas, Halloween, because they do have black roses. Perfect for spooky season in my opinion, and they are extremely easy to care for. You don't need to water them, you don't need to put soil in because they're already dead, you know, all that stuff is going to do absolutely nothing for them. Basically all you need to do once you receive your Rose Forever bouquet, you basically take them out of the box, put them on display, look, smell, and enjoy. You don't have to do anything. The one thing I will say though is if you want to preserve the color of these roses for as long as possible, like I intend to do, you want to keep them out of direct sunlight. So putting them in a window or putting them outside in direct sunlight, it's really going to kind of fade the color, you know, like with most things. Kind of like tattoos, you want to keep them protected from the sun. So if any of you out there are looking to get a really special gift for someone in your life and you really want to get them a Rose Forever bouquet of flowers, they were kind enough to send me a 30-day valid link, which I will have right at the top of the description box, and that link will be valid 30 days from the posting of this video. video. So whatever day I post this, 30 days from that, it will be valid, and this will give you $15 off at checkout for any of their roses, and you can use code BreeAnn15 to do that, and you will receive your beautiful bouquet. Shipping was also very, very fast, I might add. I just wanted to quickly shout them out because these are so freaking pretty, and they make such a beautiful display. So make sure you go check the link down in the description box, use the code if you're interested, and get yourself a nice little bouquet of roses. Now we can get into the portion of the video where we talk all about my sleeve. So first, I'm just going to give you kind of like a full overview of what it is looking like. So it starts all the way up here and it wraps all the way around and down like so, like that. So there is my sleeve, and that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go down and like, subscribe. I'm totally kidding. So my sleeve is a sleeve that I have been working on for the last 5 years. Now, for some people that may seem like a long time. For some people that may seem like a very short amount of time. Usually when you start a very big project like a back piece or a leg sleeve or an arm sleeve, it does require a lot of time because many different factors involve in that like scheduling with your tattoo artist, money, healing times, design ideas, all sorts of things come into play when you want to start a big project like this. And like I said, 5 years it took to get this sleeve pretty much almost completely finished. I would say this is finished to me, but I'll get into more of what I mean about almost finished. I got all of my sleeve work done at Wealthy Street Tattoo in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and my artist was the amazing and talented Jay Cush. You can follow him on Instagram. He does so many amazing tattoos. He is known for more traditional style tattoos, but his style of tattooing is very versatile. He can pretty much do anything. So when I first wanted to start a sleeve, getting like a full sleeve was never like my intention until later on. So basically, before I ever had any of the bottom portion of my arm done, I only had from like just above my elbow up. And if you guys remember, if you have been like a long time subscriber of mine, then you remember when I first got my tiger tattoos. It started with this one, and then I added this one, and then this one, and then I actually had a tiger back here as well that is now covered. When I first got that tattoo, I really liked it, but then I realized like it was starting to look really shitty, and it was aging really bad, and I had gotten it touched up many times, and it just was not looking good. It just kept looking worse and worse. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Jay because he is amazing at what he does and he will know exactly what to do for this. So my very first session with Jay was working on this tiger specifically. We completely reworked it, and I'm not kidding. Everything that you see from my elbow up has been tattooed at least 8 different times. So my skin is very, very much scar tissued. It is very keloided, I guess you could say. It has a lot of texture to it just because it has been gone over so many times in the past, like, I don't know, like 8 years that I've had this. And he added the blue, and he added like some more leaves up here and really kind of like touched up the color. Just made it look nice and vibrant. And then the tiger tattoo that I had back here where this purple flower now is, it was just like a little growling tiger face. And it looked awful. It did not look like a tiger at all. So we decided to just completely get rid of that one and put this really beautiful purple flower, which he extended more flowers up the back here. And then my second session with him was this tiger down here, which I think I actually have before and after pictures way down on my Instagram of what this used to look like. Like the upper portion of my arm was done maybe about 3-4 years ago, so that's why it looks like this stuff is newer, because it is, and this stuff is older, but eventually it'll all kind of like fade together, you know what I mean? So yes, this was my second session with him. We did this little tiger down here, and then we finally did this tiger back here, which is my personal favorite. This one done April of 2016. So after that is when the top portion of my arm was done. And I was really happy with it. I was really liking the way it looked. And then I was like, you know what? I love the way that Jay tattoos. I like his style. I'm going to go to him and have him completely finish off the rest of my arm. And that is when the idea for having a sleeve done happens. The upper portion of my arm, I think I had a total of 4 sessions, and it was $300 a session. Moving on down here, I started the lower half of my arm in 2017. So I went to him and I said, hey, I absolutely love the way that you do flowers. I really like flowers, so I really want to incorporate a lot of flowers on the lower half of my arm. So as you can see, that is basically all what my lower portion of my arm is all flowers. So I met with him, we came up with some ideas, and then I had my first session, which was just the outlining of everything. So the outline of the roses, the outlines of the leaves, things like that. And then I went back one session at a time to get each rose colored in. So I think the first rose I got colored in, which is my personal favorite, is this little orange one down here. As you can see, it has a lot of like reds and oranges and yellows, and I just love the color fading that he did here. It turned out really, really nice, and I get a lot of compliments on this rose in particular. Then the next rose I had done, I'm pretty sure was this pink one and this little red bud down here. And then the last rose I had done was this purple one up here. So again, the outline and the shading, that was one session, that was another 300, and then for each rose it was also 300. So I think in total, since starting this whole journey from getting this whole upper part reworked to getting the whole lower part done, I have spent probably a total of $3,000 plus on getting my sleeve. So obviously it is very, very expensive. In my mind, when it comes to tattoos, you really can't put a price on tattoos because first of all, it's a lot of work for the artist to do, and also they're permanent. It's gonna last you forever. So unless God forbid I lose my right arm, which, you know, knock on wood, that doesn't ever happen because that would fucking suck. I'd be pissed because this arm was expensive. Well, the reason why it took me 5 years to get this whole sleeve done is, the first reason is I didn't even know I was gonna be getting a full sleeve. So obviously it took a lot of time and planning. The second reason is money. It is very, very expensive, and I could only afford 2-hour sessions, which back then it was $150 an hour, so I could only afford to do $300 sessions. That was only 2 hours of work. And because he is so thorough and he is so good at what he does, you know, each little section and session that I had done with Jay, it was about $300. So it was very, very expensive, and I am someone, I live on my own, I have bills, I have dogs that I need to take care of, so it was a lot to kind of like budget for and save for with everything else going on. The reason is, like, in between each session, I did have to take a considerable amount of time to heal, because I noticed the older I get, my body does not like tattoos. Just like with piercings, my body just doesn't like it. I am someone, I'm a bleeder, I swell a lot, and once I get to that point, or when anyone gets to that point in tattooing, when you're starting to swell and bleed a lot, your body starts rejecting the ink, and the ink won't take to your skin. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna point out all of the tattoos that I had previously before getting my sleeve that we kind of had to work around. So the first one is this name right here on my wrist. It says Jackal. I got this tattoo in honor of my dog, my first dog, which many of you know. His name is Jackal, and this was actually a kitchen tattoo, which is why it looks totally different from all of the good stuff up here. So Jay did not do this one. I got this one back in 2012 when I got Jackal. He's named after Jackal from the band, which is why I have the band logo there. And then this on my arm was already here. So it is from the movie Sucker Punch, one of my favorite movies, and it says, "You have all the weapons you need, now fight," one of my all-time favorite quotes. That was already there before. Jay did go in and touch up the lettering to make it more even and a lot more bold. He did touch it up, but he did not do the original tattoo, so we kind of had to work the design around this as well. Like you can see, the purple rose kind of wraps around the writing, and everything else kind of circles it, you see right there. So those were all the tattoos tattoos that I had previously that we had to work around, and I think he did a really good job with that. So now we're gonna go through and, you know, point out all of the painful spots. So the most painful spot, honestly, was this whole wrist region right here. What was another really painful spot? Oh, the elbow. I left this portion of my elbow completely empty for the longest time because I was so incredibly petrified of getting my elbow tattooed that I just avoided getting it done altogether. But once I went in for my last session to kind of like finish it up, I was like, okay, I gotta bite the bullet. I gotta get my elbow done. And while it was painful, it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and it was not as bad as the lower wrist portion. This part was definitely the most painful because I actually had, and you can probably still kind of see it like right here, I had a little flash tattoo on this wrist. So when you tattoo over a pre-existing tattoo, you're pretty much tattooing over scar tissue, and it does hurt a lot more. So this was definitely the most painful spot. The ditch was incredibly painful. Like, here's my ditch right here. Like the lower jaw of this tiger and these leaves were really painful. This part of the elbow, so not like the actual very tip of the elbow, this little bone right here, holy Mary Mother of God, that was so painful. Like when he was tattooing this spot, I felt it in my ribs. Like, I don't know if that's like a human body thing or what, but oh my God, I could feel the whole thing radiating into my ribs when he was tattooing this spot. It was so incredibly painful. Now, when I say that it is almost finished / finished, is there is obviously still a considerable amount of empty space. So we have this spot right here, we have this whole inside portion of the arm, just like little bits and bobs that are empty, but for the most part, it is finished. But what I mean by almost finished is this part of my arm. Now, I don't know, I have such a love-hate relationship with the under part of my arm. The main reason being is because I originally got this to make it look like tiger scratches, tiger stripes. I really like tigers, in case you couldn't tell. For now, I am going to leave this space empty, but what Jay wants to do is he wants to make all of these black lines thicker, so he wants to like connect these two, connect these two, connect these two, and then add orange in between all of the, you know, connected spots to make it look more like tiger stripes, like tiger fur, you know, all that good stuff, which I do really like that idea, and I am very much highly considering it, but I don't want to do something unless I'm 100% sure. So for the meantime, I am going to be leaving this spot empty, but that may change in a couple of years. And I would also like to add a couple more little, you know, bits and bobs, just like in this area, maybe get something here or here, you know, just kind of like play around with the idea. I don't know, I think I actually might want to do that, because like, as I'm looking in the monitor and kind of imagining it, it would look pretty badass. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. There you have it, guys. That is the full video talking all about my sleeve. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully it kind of gave you some insight to the full story about the whole sleeve. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are just lurking around YouTube and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here. But as for the rest of you, I love you guys so much. Thank you again so much for watching. But until then, I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys.